The alien general had conquered worlds, commanded beasts that shattered tanks with a swipe. No warrior ever stood still when her pet approached. No species dared, until one human didn't flinch, didn't blink, didn't move an inch when her genetically forged monster roared in his face. She demanded to know why. His answer? Because I've seen worse, in the mirror. And that's when the general understood. Humans don't suppress fear. They walk with it. And that made them unstoppable. Like the video and subscribe for more terrifyingly inspiring HFY stories from humanity's corner of the stars. The battlefield was silent, but not still. Black ash drifted across scorched earth as the last plasma bursts faded into darkness. The air shimmered with residual heat, smoke curling from broken mech suits and shattered bunkers. At the center of the carnage stood General Rhak'tal, commander of the Vrothuan war clans. 9 feet tall, armored in bone plate, and revered as the one who tames terror. She was not alone. Beside her crawled a beast that nightmares feared to describe. 8 limbs, fanged with obsidian shards, eyes that glowed like magma. It was born in the storm labs of her homeworld, built to crush psyches before it tore bodies apart. Its name was Orc, and it loved the smell of fear. Rhak'tal surveyed the captured human squad kneeling before her. Soldiers, bloodied, bruised, restrained. But one stood, unchained, upright, unblinking. He was average-sized for his species. Scarred, tired, dressed in torn combat gear and ash-streaked skin. He stared at her, and then at the beast beside her. Orc growled low. The other prisoners flinched, gasped, looked away. But not him. He didn't even twitch. Rhak'tal narrowed her eyes. You will kneel, human. He didn't respond. Orc stepped forward. Each clawed limb thudded into the cracked stone. The ground trembled. The air grew heavy with pheromones engineered to paralyze weaker minds. Still nothing. The human just stood there, arms loose at his side, like he'd seen this before. Orc roared. Not a sound, but a shockwave. It rippled outward, knocking dust from ruins, vibrating through steel. The other prisoners cried out, dropping flat to the ground. The human? Still. Rhak'tal blinked. Something was wrong. Why didn't you flinch, human? She finally demanded, stepping closer. Even my monster knows fear. Even he fears me. The human turned his head slowly. His voice was quiet, but the words fell like iron. Because I know monsters too. Rhak'tal sneered. Empty bravado. The human looked her in the eyes. I've seen kids turn to ash. Friends screaming in fire. I've crawled through mass graves dug by your kind. You made this beast in a lab, but we made ours in life. She faltered. He took one step forward. Orc is terrifying. Yes, but it's controlled. Programmed. Predictable. He leaned slightly, locking eyes with the snarling creature. I come from a planet where fear isn't grown. It's earned. Orc's growl faded. Not in submission, but in confusion. It backed up half a step. Rhak'tal's jaw clenched. You lie. The human slowly unzipped his tattered jacket and turned his back to her. Scars. Burns. Implants ripped out by force. Tattoos. Military. Family. And one line etched by blade. Fear walks with me. He turned back around. You think I don't flinch because I'm brave? He said. No. I don't flinch because there's nothing left inside that can break. The general said nothing. Her soldiers looked to her for commands. But even they sensed the shift. The balance of power tilting. Orc let out a low, uncertain rumble. The human stepped even closer, just an arm's length from the beast. It raised a claw, waited, and then slowly lowered it. Defeated. Rhak'tal's voice cracked. What are you? He looked at her. A tiny smile touched the corner of his mouth. Human. And then he turned around and walked calmly back toward the other prisoners, still kneeling, still trembling. But now they looked up at him differently. Not just as a man, but as a reminder of what humanity could endure, and what others couldn't. That night, Rhak'tal issued a full withdrawal from the sector. No orders. No excuses. She simply wrote one line in her battle log. Do not provoke the species that stands while monsters bow.